Greetings everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to be discussing another document pertaining to notices from tenant to landlord, and this specific one is the notice from tenant to landlord termination for failure of landlord to maintain premises, as required by states the Florida statute here. So like in our previous video, it was talking about the tenant notifying the landlord that they were withholding rent. But in this video, this particular document, it's the tenant notifying the landlord that the tenant is going to terminate their lease because of the landlord's neglect for not maintaining the property, not doing the required repairs, or other violations that were agreed upon in the lease. So the previous video was talking about withholding rent. This specific document is for the tenant to let the landlord know that the tenant's going to terminate the lease and completely cancel the whole thing. So again, I'm going to discuss about some of the placeholders to easily fill out this document, and then go over a couple of things and what I recommend that you should or shouldn't do as a real estate agent, a real estate licensee, and how to go about using this document for when you do want to provide this document to the tenants if you're working with them, and how to utilize this document in general. So, of course, before we begin, we take a brief moment to talk about our brokerage, Nizz Realty Inc. We're a 100% real estate commission brokerage. All of our agents earn 100% of their real estate commission. We're licensed in the entire state of Florida, and we work and support agents from all over the entire state, from Tallahassee down to Orlando and Miami. Our website, nizzrealty.com, generates a tremendous amount of seller leads, buyer leads, rental leads, commercial leads. We have a lot of technology and support that we provide as well. More information is here on our website under the Join Us page or Join Our Firm page, and it discusses about our technology that we offer and our monthly plan. If you're not interested in having any monthly payments, we do offer the annual plan. It's only $99 a year to keep your license active, and there's still some benefits involved with it. And there's a lot of support that we also provide all of our agents as well. More of it's listed here on our website and what we provide and what we do. Most of our agents are experienced and understand the business, but we do take new agents and support new agents as well. But we do have a very different business model than what you're maybe expecting out of a traditional brokerage. Most of us are experienced, and we teach on how to do things a different way in order to make money and be successful in this business. But if you want more information, we do offer free confidential consultations. Give us a call sometime or visit this website, nizzrealty.com, and take a look about what we do and what we have to offer. Now, enough about our company. Let's go back to the document that we're filling out today. The notice from tenant to landlord, termination for failure of landlord to maintain premises. Now, again, it begins with a non-lawyer disclosure. If you're a if you're a real estate agent and you're going to be assisting a little bit with this document, providing it to the tenants that you're working with, the real estate agent will fill out their name here. You could read through this document, but I'm just going to move through it so we could get to some more important parts. Let's say the real estate agent's name is John Doe. You put your name in all of these slots here, and you can read through this if you want. But this is where the agent will put their names, and then down here, if the tenant can read English, they check mark that they can read English here. If they can't, you check mark this box, and then you fill out here about who read this document to them in their language. Simple enough. They can read English, check mark here. If not, find someone who could speak their language and translate this document to them. They check mark here, and the name of the person who read it to them, and what language they understand. The real estate licensee will sign here, so it's John Doe. John Doe is going to be signing down here, and all the tenants sign over here. Simple enough. Moving on from the non-lawyer disclosure, let's fill this document out. Again, like my previous video, before I start talking about this paragraph and what to put in here, we're going to fill in some of the simple information up here for right now. Landlord's name, or landlord's authorized representative, manager. If the landlord is a company, you put the company name here. If it's multiple people who own the property, like 2 individuals or 3, you put their information here. So let's just say Billy Bob is the landlord. You put the landlord's name there. Simple enough. You put the landlord's address down here Again, like I say in all my videos, it needs to be the full property address. City, state, and zip code. You need to have it fully put in there. So don't leave out the city, don't leave out the state, don't leave out the zip code. If there's a unit number, put the unit number in here. It needs to be a full property address. Now from down here, you put the tenant's name down here. So let's just say the tenant's name is, just put a placeholder there. Whoever the tenant is, you put there. You put the date here when this notice is being sent out. And the rest of it's, filled in pretty much. Down here, you can put the tenant's name as well. So if the tenant is filling this out, you put the tenant's name here. And then you put the property address where the tenant is residing, where the issue is. So put the tenant's address there. Let's just put a placeholder. If there's a unit number, make sure you don't leave out the unit number. Full property address. It needs to have the unit number, city, state, zip, full address. You put it there. And the phone number, you put the tenant's phone number here. The tenant will put their phone number here, whatever that may be. So there's that. And then the form was completed with the assistance of whoever assisted with completing this form and drafting up some of the language that's put into here. You put the information there: name, address, phone number. I'm going to leave that blank for right now, and I'm going to start discussing about filling this out here. Now, as far as as a real estate agent, I really don't recommend, especially if you're a member of our brokerage, to not really be putting the language in this particular section. The purpose of putting here, as you can see this paragraph, this is to inform you that you are not maintaining my dwelling unit as required by Florida statute, 83.51, blah, 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 and our rental agreement. If you do not complete the following repairs, non-compliance, violations, or default in the next 7 days, I intend to terminate the rental agreement, move out, and hold you responsible for any damages resulting from the termination. And now, it's basically, to summarize this, the tenant is basically telling the landlord that they're going to be terminating the lease agreement, the rental agreement, move out of the property, and hold the landlord responsible for any damages financially for having to just terminate the lease and move out because the landlord is not making the following repairs or fixing the whatever violations there may be. Some of the things and reasons why a tenant would be terminating their lease could be, there could be some major repairs that the landlord is just refusing or not complying to repair. Some major things might be maybe the landlord's required to maintain the air conditioner and they're not fixing the AC. And the tenant's been asking for the landlord to take care of it for a while and they're just not getting around to it. That's a reason to utilize this document. Maybe there's some major appliances that broke and the landlord's neglecting repairing them or doesn't want to repair them, such as maybe the refrigerator, the range or oven, some of those major appliances that may be in the rental agreement that the landlord's responsible for. It could be something else like plumbing. There could be a major plumbing issue and some flooding situation that's happening, and the landlord's not addressing it because the landlord's responsible for the plumbing and they're not following up with it. Some of those are common examples of some major repairs or reasons why a tenant would want to have to terminate their lease and exercise their rights. But again, how that's worded in this paragraph or the type of language you put in here, I don't really recommend as a real estate licensee, a real estate agent, to be filling this particular information out. I would leave that for the tenants to fill out at their own discretion or have the tenants get an attorney and let the attorney help them draft up that language. I don't believe and don't recommend that it's really for a real estate agent to be helping with that. If I were to be getting involved in using this document, I think the main thing would be is I would just provide this document to the tenant, let them know that I provided it. Maybe I could give this document to the landlord to assist them with delivering the documentation, and just letting the tenant know that this document does exist. But exactly how to utilize the language here, what to write, and basically put together in words their complaint and the problem, I'd leave that up to the tenant and for the tenant's attorney to draft that. I wouldn't really get too involved with that as a real estate licensee. If you're a member of our brokerage, you can contact me and I will assist you further if you're filling this document out or need assistance with this type of situation. If not, I'd recommend talk to your broker. If you're a member of another brokerage and you're just watching my videos, that's fine too, but I would speak to your broker about what the proper precautions and procedures that your company wants you to take when dealing with this type of situation and this documentation. Because this is a document that things are headed probably toward a some type of dispute, whether it may be a legal dispute, and you don't really want to get too involved with that and to be drafting the language in here for doing that. It's really, in my opinion, outside of the scope of practice of a real estate agent in the state of Florida. Our jobs really is just to understand the law and know a little bit about it, and maybe let the tenant know that these laws do exist and they should look further into it. But we're not here to really give them legal advice or tell them how to draft the language and what's safe, what's not safe, as far as putting the language and how to terminate their lease. We're mainly here just to let them know that this document exists. You do have rights. There are these Florida statutes and there's laws that are there and in place, and how they interpret those laws and how they proceed about it. This gets into like legal advice and practice in law, whether it be on themselves or another case, and that's really not something for a real estate agent to be getting involved with, in my opinion. Maybe your brokerage and broker does things a little differently, but that's just my professional advice as a real estate agent going about that. So just be cautious when filling this out. I'd recommend letting the tenants or their attorney draft up the language down here if you're going to be writing things. The purpose of this video is just to let you know how to fill out the basic stuff in here and some common things that will be listed in here for a tenant wanting to terminate their lease agreement or deliver this particular notice. There's some more information as this document goes on down here. It discusses a few things. There's nothing for you to fill out or anything, but if you want to read through it, you can read through it and understand some of those documents there. But that's it for this video. I hope it was helpful, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.